Welcome to Rampage. Now, before we get started, I want to make this very close, very quick, and very important. This Monday or Tuesday, I haven't figured out when, I will be releasing a Gump report on Tony Storm. It's got to be made. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it after I make this due to the fact it's almost New Year's Eve. New Year's Day. It's almost 12 o'clock, so it'll get too noisy. I'll have to wait until tomorrow or maybe Sunday to make it. But it will be made. I have to say something on it. And there's a lot to say. A lot of what you don't know, I just found out. And when you find out, you're going to be on what? Yes. Now, this Rampage was very good for the last show of the year. I don't know about anyone else not doing it. JD's not really doing anything until day one. I do believe just Alex may stream. JD, I would be surprised if he does do anything because he said he wanted to wait until day one. I could be wrong, but I can tell you this was actually quite good. Darby Allin versus a member of the Acclaimed. And I gotta say this, when it comes to the caster, he's been doing pretty well when it comes to his rapping. I'm not a big rap guy, but he has been doing very well in his rapping, even though he's using the old used music that John Cena used to use. It works. So, Bowens versus Allin was fine. But this wasn't really about that. I wasn't surprised that Darby Allin won. I was a little worried when he hit the side of one of the... Oh my gosh, the guy is just like a lawn dart. When he was thrown into one of the posts and flips around in the air, hits the ground, you worry that he broke something. He is like a lawn dart. He gets nailed every week. And I get worried that one of these days he's going to break something. I hope not, but it's just my fears. We get Andrade Ilios coming out. His music plays, he comes out, and then the Acclaim beats the crap out of both of the Darby Allin and the Sting. Pretty much, that's what you get. A lot more happened in between, but that's all you need, and you wonder where they're going to go with Andrade. Now, the match that stole the show. It stole it. That was a street fight between Bunny and Penelope Forbes, who I would marry. She's that damn good looking. Let me take this back. Every woman in that damn match was gorgeous. There's no way not one of those women was beautiful. But if I had to choose between Conchi, between Anna Jade, between Bunny, who's the most voluptuous, she's like this, and Penelope, I'd probably pick Penelope Forbes. She is pretty much a roundabout for me, personally, for my taste. Not because she's a blonde, because we know she dyed her hair. For me, she's all around a beautiful woman who seems really nice. I'm not saying the others aren't. It's just my personal preference. This match stole the damn show. We got blood from Conchi. We got blood from Bunny. We got at one point, why did she actually was crazy enough to do it? Penelope Forbes decides to do a moonsault onto Conchi, and the table doesn't break. They bring out two tables. The first one, Penelope Forbes and the Bunny set up. The first table that came out was Conchi and Anna Jay. They put it up. But Penelope decides to moonsault a Conchi, but does not break the table. She's too light. It didn't work. She splats halfway off the table. So you got her with her beautiful body. This is her lower half to her legs. She goes like this on top of Conchi's head almost. It's that bad. This match was all total destruction. Bunny bleeds very heavily after getting hit in the face, supposedly with the brass knucks, but she sticks her head under the ring, and I think she cut herself way too deep because she was bleeding heavily. Hopefully she didn't cut a blood vessel, because she was covered in blood within a few seconds. It was that bad. It was a train wreck. All the belligerent... The table that Bunny used to use, well, the design, she used to use in Impact Wrestling. Bunny with the bunny ears, puts it into the ring. That reminded me of Impact Wrestling. That's the way she used to be. A little bit of the old Crazy Bunny showed out and showed up in this match. But in the end, it was the Faces who won, and they were crying their asses off. They were crying. Conchi was crying to Anna Jay. Anna Jay was crying to Conchi. They were hugging each other. And Penelope, as well as Bunny, was angry, bloodied, and everything. I have to admit, it was funny to hear Penelope Forbes say to Bunny, "Oh my gosh, are you alright? Don't worry, you're still beautiful." That was a little funny. When Bunny was just dizzy as hell. Now, the next thing, the breakdown of Hook by Taz. Now, here's the thing. Taz doing his technical breakdowns is actually quite nice. I wish he'd do it more often. But it felt a little awkward seeing that Taz did a breakdown of his own son. Now, mind you, it's the wisest thing to do. Taz is a great color commentary. When he does his breakdown as a color commentator, it's really good. He knows exactly what he's saying. And in this one, he says it correctly. He does it well. And he doesn't seem to be playing too much into the fact that this is my son. He doesn't say, my son is going to kick everyone's ass. This is what he does. He makes it very clear. This is Hook. He's his own person. And this is what he's done. Yes, he did mention it himself when it came to the Taz mission. And that Hook took it as red rum. So it's understandable. I believe he called it red rum. I can't remember. But pretty much, he did mention it in that way that Hook now claimed his own submission maneuver. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me personally, it feels a little awkward for me. Now, if he does it more often, I'll get over it. In a sense, I actually am over it. But I have to remember what I was feeling at the moment. Right now, I don't mind it because he did break it down very well. But at the moment, it felt a little awkward seeing that Taz did a breakdown of his own son. I was worried that he might play a little bit too much into it. But he only mentioned himself once when it came to the red rum and the Taz mission being now the red rum and is now his son's. I'll say that was good. Final thing to talk about will be the TNT title match of Cody Rhodes versus Ethan Page. Now, let's make this very clear. Even with what happened in the match, even with the fans and the crowd and the chanting was, for me, it was a street fight. The street fight overwhelmed everything on that show. It just did. That's how good it was. The fans were even hotter there than they were with Cody and Ethan Page, which was hot. I knew, as I said in my video, that when Cody won, he was going to get the obligatory Cena treatment. And he did. Throughout most of that match, he got "Let's go Cody, Cody sucks" chant. It's now gone to Cody Rhodes. Now, everyone keeps thinking Cody's going to turn heel. I've already said it in the comments below and in my previous other videos, and I'm going to say below, that we don't know. No matter what anybody says, no matter what you say or what I say, until we see him turn heel and we hear the commentators say he's heel, means nothing. No matter what I feel or what you feel. And I know I'm going to still get people below going to say, "Oh, I can't wait for him to turn heel." Guess what? If he doesn't turn heel, you're going to take it back? Are you going to say, "Dude, you were 100% right"? Most of you agree with me, and when things happen, you do state it. But some of the new people right now, where I was getting a lot of heat, where many people didn't want to hear it. Not heat per se, but like when I was ranting on Impact Wrestling for the way they were acting when it came to Mercedes Martinez now going to Impact Wrestling, going from Impact Wrestling to AEW because NoDQ.com clearly said she has now been signed. That Tony Khan said she's been signed. And they're going to say, "Hey, dude, why are you blaming Impact Wrestling? She didn't want to sign." Well, guess what? She's not the first one they've been doing that with. How many times over the last 5 years have we heard some people have come to Impact, never got signed, and left? Were doing only tapings and left. How many times have they done that when they should have claimed a person or at least offered it or tried to fight with them to say, "Please stay," and left? It hasn't been one or two. It's been more than a few. And then some leaving. Moose is an example, easy example that Impact has a major issue trying to hire people keeping them, and then having to put them on TV and they're gone. Now, like I've always said, wait and see. And you never know when someone is there that they may just change their mind, but there's no way this is an Impact's fault. There's been way too many people that have come to Impact to do tapings. It's not one or two. Dozens upon dozens of people have come to Impact, done tapings, gone. Or if they were offered something, they stay a little bit, Impact doesn't renew their contracts with them, gone. Or they do nothing with them and they don't want to be there because they're doing nothing with them. I'm just saying. Now, when it comes to this match, it was well done. Ethan was like the baby face when it comes down to it because he got the chop block to the left knee. He got it hard, kind of like what happened with Darby Allin, getting his shoulder into the ring post really hard and flips around into the air and hits the floor. Ethan gets the chop block. And it's all about Ethan trying to struggle and show that he's more than just one of the men of the year. He is a main eventer, or at least someone you could say could become one by just a performance in the ring. Sorry for the spit. This is what happened when you got crooked teeth. Anyway, Cody wins. People they were booing. They were cheering. They're doing exactly what they want. He's getting the Cena treatment. But with so many people, and I'm sure I'm going to get it in the lower part of my comments, going to say, you see, he's a heel. No. Until they acknowledge he's a heel. That's what we feel. Remember, they got to acknowledge it on the show. He wants to stay a face. He wants to do like his dad did. And mainly Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Because he really wants to be like Ricky the Dragon. As much as he wants to be like his dad, who never turned heel. He always stayed face like Ricky. He admired Ricky. He admired his dad. So he wants to be like both of them. So he does not want to retire a heel. He doesn't want to turn. Now, he could still turn anytime he wants. But if I'm right, he's not going to turn. Until we see it, what I feel, what you guys feel, means absolute shit. And there you go. This is the end of the review. And I got to say this briefly. This has been a very hard year for a lot of people. And me included. I just went through a lot of mess that if you didn't notice through some of my videos, I have not been myself in the last couple of weeks. They're doing reconstruction in the front of the building. And several incidents in my building or outside my building has gotten me anxious and messed with me. So it's not been easy. But I want to say this to anyone who sees this, that be happy you're alive. Take this moment and just take a breath and say it's been hard and probably going to be hard after I watch this video if you watch it at all. But I'm alive. I'll take a deep breath and I'll just keep going. It's better to keep going knowing that something better could happen than end it. This is coming from a guy who has depression and anxiety. Believe in yourself. Take a deep breath and keep going and enjoy this New Year's Day. Please don't drink too much, please. I know there's going to be a lot of people in my area that's going to go, I don't drink, so thank goodness I never got into that habit. Anyway, have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.